SVPod. Stanford Steve's in the building. Red's knocked out on the floor.
Nap time.
We just took a walk. He left it all out there. A lot of sniffing. A lot of scents. Trying to figure out.
All the moisture turning over in the soil.
There we go. Soil moisture. Things of that nature. Hope everybody's good. I'm all messed up, man. D'Angelo died. That guy was... I was not expecting to read that this morning. I don't know if the youngsters are familiar. I hope you are. I've been reading this GQ article about D'Angelo from, like, when is this from? 2014? Kind of his origin story and the whole bit. This dude's an absolute genius. Absolute genius. If you've never heard of him, I'm trying to help you out. Just put on brown sugar and you'd be like, damn, he could really go.
Or ask any girl about his videos.
Untitled. How does it feel? But see, that's part of the thing. He became kind of a hostage to the fact that he was this jack dude singing a song about that. And then it's just, there's a lot. It was a fascinating genius. So anyway, didn't know I was going to start there, but didn't know I was going to read that this morning. We got back late last night after a doubleheader. A lot of notes. I asked you at the tail end of SportsCenter, said, who's the best team in the NFL? And you said, hot take.
I should have rephrased it. We'll find out this Sunday. Raiders at Chiefs.
What are the Raiders going to do?
Never know. I have Bowers back.
Back?
Maybe.
Sources?
Maybe.
I watched him play the Titans, and buddy, let me tell you. The Titans made a move at coach that 4-19 and just not getting any better. They're the first team to make a decision there. That organization, by the way, welcomes Mike Vrabel, who they decided they needed to do better than. He's just bringing in the first place New England Patriots.
What is that line this week? Somebody
Patriots, Titans?
Yes. Because I'm telling you right now.
Titans for the limit?
If he can, he's going to do everything he can.
Okay, they're laying 7 and a hook. That's actually a little eye-opening because that's sort of that threshold number on the other side of a touchdown. Yeah, I'm assuming there's no number for the Patriots that would be sufficient for Coach Vrabel.
He's in a headspace where Vrabes becomes Vrabes. Just from talking to him and knowing that he...
Mezzanine full, lower deck.
Like it's he's wary of where he's going. Question.
He's a competitor. Yes, sir.
We always say forever, we've been doing this, right? Head coach jobs open, NFL, Tennessee.
1 of 32.
1 of 32.
Uh-huh.
Is it really worth it? He wasn't going to win.
You ask a reasonable question, and I'm going to tell you the answer. No. The right job is the one to take. Look at Ben Johnson, who won last night. He might have been in a, not unique, but in an unusual situation where he was on a very good team as the OC of Detroit where he could afford to be patient. And he passed on the cycle, not taking the Washington job that I believe Washington thought they had him for, which allowed Washington to get Dan Quinn. And then he waited. And then he got the Chicago job. And I think if you have the luxury of patience, you should wait for the right one as opposed to anyone. Because you go 4-19 in Tennessee and it looks the way it looked for him. How are you ever getting another head coaching job? You're not. No. What do you sit down in the interview across from the owner and they say, "Hey man, what was that?" Well, you throw the organization under the bus. That group of owners, like thick as thieves. You start talking junk on them, and they're going to turn around and do their due diligence and go, "Hey, what was wrong with him?" And they're going to go, "Well, let me tell you." So I'm with you. I think if you're a coordinator, particularly if you're a lifer, let's say you've been at it and you've done it for a while and you get the opportunity, then yeah, you take anything you can get because there's only so much time where you're a commodity that's viewed as being worthy of one of these gigs. And so if you're on the back nine, Callahan wasn't. He's a young guy. So, no, it's not 1 of 32. Anyone will take it. Someone will take this job and convince themselves it's a good one. But, I mean, organizationally, they've run through GMs and coaches here like a hot knife through butter. Bricktop and snatch.
Like the 2 coaches and a GM in this window.
Correct.
Like it's. I just wonder. Like I'd love to. Like was it worth it? Because when you look back, that's the most recent thing on your resume.
Yep.
And I get it. It's a fraternity, and he's a well-known guy, highly thought of. And I just, like, it happens over and over. And, like, we got NBA season coming up. You know what happens there when a team doesn't start well. It's just pretty – in a world where you need so many things going right, I guess you just blindly say yes.
Right. And you tell yourself, we'll figure it out. But then if you're in an organization where figuring things out isn't what they do, then you end up in a spot like this.
Like what was it, 4-19?
They're terrible.
4-19?
Terrible.
Like they didn't even get 25 games.
Which seems like a ridiculous window. It's not enough runway to figure things out. I'm just telling you, because of the ability to watch multiple games, and they've been in that late window a couple of times where it's just them, and you're watching, like the Arizona game and the
look what they needed to win a game.
The most preposterous series of miracles ever before witnessed. Fumbled touchdowns, a touchdown where they pick it, kick it, fumble it. I don't even know that he caught it. Anyway, outside of that one miracle quarter against the Cardinals, it's been 3 they're just terrible. I mean, we joke about Pooptown. Tennessee's awful. Awful. And look, we're in the tank for Vrabel, so if he goes in there and beats him by a lot, then it's not going to make me sad. They're in Pooptown, by the way, if you couldn't tell. We'll get there.
I think some people got out.
A smaller group in there. Smaller group. I'm just going to read the division leaders in the AFC. The AFC East currently led, by virtue of tiebreaker, by the New England Patriots. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a robust lead in the AFC North. The AFC South is led by the Indianapolis Colts, who are the lone 5-1 team in the AFC. The West is currently led by the Chargers by virtue of their head-to-head win over Denver. So Chargers, Colts, Steelers, Patriots are your division leaders. Middle of October. I don't know that there's a single great team because Buffalo, we pointed this out repeatedly on Countdown last night. I think they're good. The wins they have came against teams that were 3-21. And they kind of messed around, played with their food against the Dolphins and the Saints. Didn't stop Baltimore at all, but won. Let New England come in and beat them. And Atlanta was impressive last night. Bijan Robinson is unreal. And their defense really bothered Josh Allen. I'm not talking Atlanta yet. I'm just talking about Buffalo. Sure, I think you're good, but the good teams you've played, you haven't looked like some dominant juggernaut team. And when you said the Chiefs last night at 3-3, getting Rice back after beating Detroit on their home field in a game where they were called for 0 penalties, maybe didn't get called for some that they committed, but looked a whole lot cleaner than they did on Monday against Jacksonville, where they had 13. And if you thought that team was dead like Freddy Krueger or whomever in a horror movie, they're going to be somebody you're going to have to deal with for certain. Certain.
All those teams you name, who's beating Kansas City when it counts?
Out of the Steelers, Patriots, Colts, and Chargers, none of them.
All right.
Right, that's the problem.
Yeah.
If you're someone that got sick of the Chiefs story or presence, well, I'm sorry, they're not dead, no matter how much you wished it so early. I said this on SportsCenter Sunday night. Hot take, Scotty. I said the Baltimore. I said before last week they're going to lose to the Rams. They're going to go into their bye. They're going to come out 1-5, get healthy, and they're going to be fine. And I said that, and I meant it. Then I looked at who's given up the most points in the NFL through 6 games. Them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure they're going to be fine. Not sure they're going to be fine.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It is. Last year, I couldn't quit Cincinnati. I talked all year about how that was the hill I was going to die on. They were going to figure out how to get in, and, buddy, they're going to be a problem when they do. Well, they didn't. But there was a little window there late where it seemed like they might, and I was convinced of it. Still kind of convinced of it. That's a little late. We're on to the next season. I just can't quit the Colts. Excuse me, the Colts were back in the day. I can't quit the Ravens. I just think they're going to get healthy, and we're going to see them start to string some wins together. But at 1-5, I mean, there's only 4 teams in history that have started 1-5 that have made the playoffs. So 4. Not a lot of company there. Do you think Baltimore's toast at 1-5?
No, the Bengals are in second place.
They are not good.
Like I don't.
They're not good. I watched them with like Flacco, and I'm thinking this is better than Browning. I know Browning threw it to the wrong team against Detroit a lot, but I don't know, man. I'm at 10-0. I'm sure the Packers are sitting in the locker room going, "Are we going to let this old man beat us again from 10-0?" Because it was the same kind of game. They were in Cleveland, leading 10-0. Let the Browns hang around, and then the next thing you know, a kick gets blocked late, and your boy Schmitz or Schmidt or I don't know. I'm saying it wrong. Schmidt. They get the gist. I thought at 10-0, and then the Bengals went on this drive that took like 11 minutes to start the third quarter, and it's 10-7, and I'm thinking, holy crap, Flacco's going to do it again. He did not. Green Bay won the game. But, yeah, the division's not great. And I don't think Pittsburgh scares Baltimore. I mean, they're not a scary bunch. But that defense has been bad. Baltimore, I believe it. I don't believe it like I believe Cincinnati last year, but I believe Baltimore's going to be okay. Worst points per game in the NFL is not great. Tampa Bay's 5-1. What do you got for me on them? We're going to see them next week, Monday Night Football at Detroit. You buy them?
Oh, yeah. How can't you? I mean, as balanced a team as you have. You lose wide receivers left and right. Baker still is able to do it. They run the ball consistently enough. I love Todd Bowles. I've always liked Todd Bowles.
I said that last night on Countdown. I said, everyone's talking Baker for MVP. How about someone say Todd Bowles' name out loud? Maybe this guy's a good football coach. I mean, they've won the South 4 straight years. Baker's the guy it's easy to love. You just put on the tape of him on 3rd and 14 where he runs through like 5 tackles and gets the first down. But I'm with you on Bowles. It's just, there's other coaches that are better sound bites. That's fine.
Yeah, I could give a shit about a soundbite.
Thank you. Amen. We're in the soundbite business, kind of, but you know what we're really in? We're in the cake business. He's no icing, all cake. You've heard me say that for 25 years that I've done this job. Todd Bowles, pound cake. No icing on it. Maybe add a little drizzle. Maybe that little bit of drizzle, but you don't need it because he's substance. Substance over style. Style over substance. Substance over style. Excuse me. I'm getting so lost in the analogy that I'm fucking it up. You know what I mean. I could give a shit about what a soundbite the coach gives me. He's excellent. I think they're really good. I wonder if Atlanta is really good. I can't get the fact that they got shut out by Carolina out of my mind. But that's just a consistency issue with a young quarterback, maybe. Does that make sense?
It's the NFL. Like,
that's true.
You know, you pick apart Buffalo's wins, and then you look at Atlanta having a horrible loss.
I just said it. And
then the loss doesn't look as bad because Carolina looks a lot better. Like I've said it. I don't try and dissect the wins. You play who you play in this league. You play 2, divisions as a whole. You play your division. Like, well, the record will tell you. It'll figure itself out. I am just interested in when I get home or I'm watching on the plane Sunday. This 1:00 window is getting pretty dire, and I get it. Everybody wants to turn to the red zone at 3:00 and do the whole thing. But I'm watching the whole 1:00 slate, and my new question for the 1:00 slate is how many of these teams playing right now can make it to the conference championship game?
All right. During the 1:00 hour last week, we had the Broncos-Jets game, which was a calamity.
Oh.
Broncos, by the way, have 10 more sacks than any other team, but the Jets, I don't know what they were doing at the end of the first half. No one will ever be able to make me understand it. 13-11 was your final. Imagine the people in London. Like, is this proper football? Is it?
I was with Broncos fans at the Salt Lake City Delta Club.
I was a little early to be in the hooch.
Need a screwdriver once in a while.
Fair point. How was a Bronco fan vibe?
They don't really have an accent, but the guy is just beside himself. It was
11:10.
8:08, 8 a.m. out there.
Yeah,
maybe even earlier. And he's just looking at the TV. He's like, "We're really gonna lose to the Jets." Like, buddy, go grab a bagel. You'll be all right.
Get a bagel and a Tito's and orange juice. You'll be
real good.
Keep it moving.
That's a real orange crush.
That was the early morning window.
That game is awful every time. Who wakes up to watch that?
We had flag football. We had it on. Cardinals, Colts. That game was actually good. Jacoby Brissett's a professional backup. They battled. They signed up for 60. I give them credit. But Colts 5-1. Chargers, Dolphins, Patriots, Saints, Browns, Steelers. How was that game?
Huh.
Cowboys, Panthers, entertaining. Seahawks, Jaguars. Those teams are good. Rams, Ravens. Titans, that was your 1 o'clock window.
Yeah.
Well, now hold on. I think the Seahawks are good. Jaguars might be. Rams, I just told you the Ravens are fine. The problem is
you could see the Colts or the Jags in the AFC Championship game.
I mean, it's unlikely.
Okay.
There's regular season stories, and then you got to be a postseason story. The one thing that I do truly believe is, you've heard me talk about it forever, confidence being the perfume that masks many other things. It's the most important thing to have. And you keep stacking wins. I don't care who you beat. I don't care how you get them. You're making that point. And you're right to say, like, to nitpick wins. When I'm looking at Buffalo, who I really think's good, and then I'm like, I watch them, and like last year they steamrolled. Remember Tennessee went in there Jacksonville went in there on a Monday night, and they just boat raced him. They just trucked people. I don't think Buffalo has looked like that yet for a team that's going to be, when we say who's the best team, you just want to see them beat the shit out of somebody. And that hasn't happened much.
Doesn't really happen a lot in the NFL.
That's also true. The Colts have beaten some people. The Colts beat the Raiders like 40-6. Pete Carroll kicked a field goal late. Pete, what are we doing? They've beaten some people pretty badly. It's not like college where the best teams go in and just destroy the opposition because the gap in talent obviously doesn't exist. But fine and fair. I'm just saying that early window, there's some decent teams, and look, Troy said it on Monday Night Football a few weeks ago. The product sometimes isn't great. A lot of flags this year. We're calling all sorts of stuff for formation. I don't know. It's not often a work of art.
No, it's just been ambushed by the 4:25, the Sunday night, double headers on Monday night. It's not great. Whereas you just want to watch some ball at 1 o'clock, and I'm sitting there looking at these teams. I'm like, Rams, all right, I'll give you that. The Colts are the AFC leader for home field. Still don't feel great about it, but they're winning games, so I got to put them in there. The rest of this, good Lord. Seattle, I really like, but tough division.
They can't win at home, oddly. They've won 9 straight road games, and we went to that place for Monday Night Football a couple of years ago, and I'd always heard about it. You always talked so much about the Husky Stadium, and downtown Seattle's this gorgeous setup. By the way, Mariners, how about you? They got
till Wednesday.
They got the grease hot. They're going to be ready to go.
Take ferries over, Scott.
I understand that. Then
drink their faces off, and they're ready to go, and it's a cloud of smoke.
Go to Moonshine Barbecue.
Easy to get gummies out there. I don't know why you would have a gummy if you're going to a game and you want to be excited, though.
Hand them out for free.
Halloween. Watch out.
Seeing the 12s, and it's like, how do you ever lose here? Well, they don't win there as much. They win on the road a lot. But that was a good win. Go 1 o'clock window, East Coast, get that dub. I don't know. Look, the stat we had ready for last night had Washington won was that there would have been 15 teams, 2 games over 500, 6 games in. It's a lot of numbers there, but just think of what I'm saying. 6 games in, 15 teams at 4-2. That'd be the most there'd ever been. But then there's nobody who's undefeated, and there's only a couple of one-loss teams, which is to say there's just a whole lot of Parity you could use is one word. You could call it mediocrity. You could say there's a bunch of teams that are decent but flawed, and that's mostly what it feels like to me. Just that's kind of what the NFL is, which isn't a terrible thing. It creates curiosity and interest. I mean, there's interest no matter what, and there's a million reasons why. I just find it unusual that we're 6 games in, and we're past the nobody knows anything part. I just think we're at the nobody's shown that they're great part.
Yeah. We're in October.
Bad loss for Washington.
How many Band-Aids are before Monday night?
Yep.
How many Band-Aids are holding the Niners together?
I don't know.
Holy hell.
When I saw Fred Warner go down, it just hurt my heart. That guy is such a tremendous professional. I have so much admiration for the way that guy plays. He's been a guest on the show and is always just tremendous. Just there, you appreciate. You don't have to be a good soundbite, but I appreciate some honest sort of insight into whatever is going on, and he always is excellent in those spots. And you see him there, and it's obviously a bad deal with the ankle. I mean, it's him, it's Bosa, it's all your receivers, it's your quarterback. Mac's been better than decent. He's given him a chance. Hell, they beat the Rams. But how many Band-Aids? I think it's MacGyver. It's like, here's a piece of gum and a string and a Band-Aid. Make me a bomb. I don't know how you make it be cohesive and continue to work when they're this just debilitating injuries to key people.
They have one of their top 5 players paid playing. Believe that.
McCaffrey?
Yeah.
What about Williams? Didn't
Trent might be 5, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 2 of them.
But you watch that. I watch him a bunch, and like McCaffrey gets a handoff, he never gets to the line of scrimmage. Never. Like it's, and you got to play it close to the vest. That's what Shanahan does. I mean, they have way more wins than they should. I'll put it that way. I just don't know how much longer it's sustainable. But Atlanta, everybody watched them Monday night. They look great. They're going out to San Francisco. Be careful. You know what happens in this league.
There's a bunch of those games that we can complain about, the windows that haven't been great. Week 7 has some very, very spicy matchups, which we'll get to. I said
at 1 o'clock.
I haven't looked to see if there. I mean, there's too many of them for them all to be late.
Are the Vikings ever going to play football again?
Just because you missed the early games because you don't see them unless you're at the Salt Lake City Hooch House. I mean, they played.
When's the last time they played?
They played 2 games overseas, and then they had a bye.
Those don't count over there. No one's watching those games.
Okay, that's incorrect, and they do count in the standings.
Is Red Zone on during those games?
No, NFL Network has the standalone game. Red Zone's on when there are a bunch of games to watch. There's one game. It's on the NFL Network. It's not that difficult.
Why is it on when there's only 3 games on?
I don't know. At that point, I abandoned it and just put the 3 games on the screen. I don't know.
There you go.
I mean,
game watcher, ball knower.
Really isn't a tough math equation. When there's 7 games and 1 o'clock, I can't see them all. I need Red Zone to keep tabs on the ones that aren't on the screen. When there's only 3 games, there they are on the screen. Ball knower, evidently. Minnesota, according to the schedule, has actually played twice in the last 3 weeks. They just had a bye last week. So, yeah, in the early window. Wait, I don't want to get to this yet because I keep that up because I'm telling you, as a Washingtonian and as a Washington fan,
watch out.
Concern level is high.
Boo Birds out last night?
I don't know if anyone booed. I just know they did not play well. And they have a tackling problem. They're in the bottom 5 in the bottom 5 defense in terms of yards against. And they needed to be one of those 4-2 teams. And they've got the ball up 2, and it's 3rd and 1. And I know Jaden doesn't like to be under center, but it's misty, and those footballs get slippery. And
at the kicker ball.
No, hell no. That thing's just a big beach ball you could kick from here to Cleveland. But that slippery ball didn't get into Bill's gut, and Chicago pounces, and they get down there, and the dude that they just called up off the practice squad makes his 4th field goal. And that's a bad loss for Washington. They're 3-3. They have to go to Dallas. That's a spot where anything could happen. And then you got to go to Kansas City, and if you don't win those games, you're 3-5, and there's a whole lot more coming. They got to play Detroit and Denver, and that schedule's not fun. I'm just saying, That's a game you want to win. Be 4-2. Give yourself a little bit of a cushion. You go Cowboys, Chiefs, Seahawks, Lions. You better tackle some people if you want to win these games. Better tackle them. Concerned.
Not doubting.
There's a difference.
Concerned. Correct. I'm deciphering through it. Listen, if you're a good football team, you go to Dallas and you win. We've seen this time and time again. We've been there for these games with Dallas. They're as flawed as anybody. They chuck it around.
They just lost. They just lost.
Awful.
Just lost to the Panthers. Their defense has been the get-right game for everybody. But Dak's playing at a high enough level where you better be clean. Better have a clean operation. Should be a fine for every time that someone says that. It's become the thing everyone says to look like a smart ball knower.
After last night, is the new RFK indoors?
I don't know that they've settled whether there's a roof or not. It seems that every stadium, I mean, once you get 3 or 4 billion in, you're like, let's put a roof on it that you can slide back and forth. Just go down to the Home Depot. We'll get some fucking siding. Get a rope and you could pull it. You know what I'm saying? How hard is it? Seriously. I mean, how does it work? We got Billy, went to Home Depot. He got a shit ton of siding. It's fine. I'm sure Washington fans, maybe it's a glass roof. I don't know.
That won't get damaged. We don't want glass coming down in the game.
Birds dumping all over it.
We don't get any world-ending storms here with lightning.
I don't know what they're doing. What, there's one fumble at the end of the game, and now everyone's going to freak out about you got to have a roof? I mean, they've been playing outdoors forever. It's just it's a bad time for a mistake. Give Chicago credit.
That's what I'm trying to do. Caleb coming home after what happened last year in his first game coming home. It was cool to see the Bears. It's such a good NFL fan base, and they have been tortured.
Look,
like the math, it goes back to 85. I know you had the double doink, but let's be real. Trubisky wasn't going to get it done.
Well, he didn't get it done.
85.
So that's been a minute. And that is a fantastic sports city. Great fandom. And Jeremy Piven came by Countdown last night. You got to talk about a Chicago native. And I'm glad I was able to say in that space just the affinity I have for the city and the fans. But like through the years, there's cities, Cleveland would be the one that would raise their hand and say, excuse me. I mean, we got the Cavaliers, but we've been waiting for a while for a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because Chicago had a Bulls dynasty, not even a mini dynasty. That run the Blackhawks had was incredible. Oh. You had a parade. People forget, Southside 9, the White Sox won a World Series. Cubs ended 108 years. And the Bears, if you're old enough, you've seen it. They're the outlier. For the youngsters, people in their 20s are like, what are you talking about? I've never had anything in my life.
Yeah.
So when we were there for that first game and they're ahead and you're thinking they've got it, and then all of a sudden the fourth quarter, McCarthy and the Vikings found it and they lost, and the Bears fans are walking there like, you got to be kidding me. Now they won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
2 straight games, 25-24.
Really?
Bit of a statistical outlier. Scorigami or something. I think it's only happened once in history. Back-to-back 25-24 wins.
Hard to do.
Never been done before with that score. Impossible to do until now. So depending on how you view it, either a great win that maybe changes your trajectory if you're the Bears, and a scary loss for Washington.
Yeah.
Scary hours. Next 4 games, I don't know. I don't know where Washington's going to be. Tried to say it as loud as I could about them. They benefited from the schedule they played last year, and you make the playoffs, and all of a sudden there's a lot heavier lifting that you're required to do the following year.
Yeah, I don't know what the math is, and they haven't been great, so they're always playing those 3rd or 4th place division schedules for how many years?
Washington?
Yeah.
Since Joe Gibbs.
Welcome to the NFL. This is what it is. You want primetime games? You got primetime games. We'll see you in 2 weeks in Kansas City, and I imagine they're to 425 in Dallas.
They, along with the Chiefs, play the most primetime games. Between Sunday night, Seattle. Monday night, last night in Kansas City. They go to Madrid. They got a Christmas game. I mean,
Europe games ever end?
No, I don't like them.
Who does?
I don't know. I mean, again, if you're over in London,
I'm convinced they give them free tickets over there so they fill the stadium.
I just always love you look at this stadium and it's just this mosaic. It's like some guy in a Mosey Tutupu Patriots jersey. I picked up his proper kit. I understand his name is Tutupu. He played
in the 80s, pal.
He plays for the Patriots. They who beat us in the war back in the day. Now that's Mozala Tutupu. He hasn't played in 50 years. Is it? Oh, it looks great, isn't it? Imagine them sitting there watching that fucking fiasco between the Jets and the Broncos. They had to pay proper quid, and they're sitting there, and it's just that. And you want to tell them, I'm sorry, there are games that are better than this, but there's a decent amount that's kind of like this.
Imagine somebody telling them, yeah, the last time the Jets were in the Super Bowl, 69.
I'm sure they have some equivalent of some,
Yeah, but why are they going to pay to go see that? They're not paying. They just walk in. And the American fans that go over, gotta go see the team. You're paying thousands of dollars to watch that.
13-11.
Oh.
Pooptown, the Jets.
Pooptown.
You are horrible.
They're not getting out.
Awful. The end of the first half is just, what are we doing? What is the explanation for that? Horrendous. Tennessee.
Pooptown.
New coach. Cleveland.
Pooptown.
Cannot do it.
No?
I had them on during...
Gabriel was spinning it.
Spinning it?
Yeah, he threw it like 50 times.
Well, throwing it and spinning it are two different things.
Spinning it.
Well, all right. I think spinning it is describing the act of passing as an art form. 29 of 52, 0 touchdowns. They're in Pooptown. Cincinnati's in Pooptown.
Pooptown.
Joe Burrow, it's been suggested, should be given the MVP just because he illustrates one man is able to mask all of that. They aren't good. Miami.
Pooptown.
Oh, we didn't even touch on them.
Two is saying dudes don't show up to players-only meetings. Mike McDaniel. I know Big Cat and PFT on their pod, they pointed out you can't win and wear capri pants.
Big Cat wore capri pants and the Bears won last night.
Maybe
talking
maybe
about?
Podcasters can wear capri pants, but head coaches in the National Football League ought not dress like that. I'm just imagining like Vince Lombardi in capri pants, Mike Tomlin in capri pants. I mean, I get it. It's South Florida. Aaron Glenn apparently wears them as well. I'm kidding. Wear what you want. But when you're 1-4 and you're 5 or whatever the hell they are, 1-5? Yeah, 1-5. And your quarterback's saying we have players-only meetings and players don't show up. And your coach is just a different eccentric dude to begin with, and people they're gonna fire on. But I mean, like he could come in a tuxedo, and that's not necessarily the issue there. What?
I'm just thinking about you in capri pants.
I have some like joggers, some sweatpants.
Yeah, they're tough. I mean, I got the elastic bottoms.
When you're 6'6",
yeah,
it's hard to find something that doesn't come up sort of mid-calf.
And when you have big calves, it's hard. What do you think they said? Like Aaron Glenn ran out in the capri pants. What are the people in the stand saying?
Is he wearing what? What's the kit? What kit is he wearing? I don't even know if they know what capri pants are. I don't know how. I'm not familiar with fashion.
Can you smoke in Wembley?
Sergio Giorgini. Wembley, sure.
Right?
You get off the plane in Europe and you just see old ladies at the corner working a butt. Little kids, just a clove hanging out of the side of their mouth on a scooter. It's just a different thing, man. Vibes are different when it comes to smoking.
You can have it all.
Smoking's become the thing here that if you're a smoker, you've been told that it's like you're a zoo animal. They sequester you I don't even know if they have smoking lounges in airports anymore.
Oh, that's a good. I haven't seen one.
Not even that. But you'd walk by and you'd see these people, and it's walking in there, and you'd see some poor guy that needs a cigarette bad, just like on the sprint to get in there and just inhale all of your exhale.
I know in Vegas they still have it. You go up that giant escalator. There's a fake Johnny Rockets right in front of you, and the smoking thing's right to, and it's just
smoke.
Imagine having to clean those walls,
billowing out. That's the thing that people have been. I don't know if it's a health thing. I mean, back in the day, like seatbelts, no one wore seatbelts.
Oh, vape, dude. Everybody just vapes now.
I guess that's true. There you go.
What's in those things? Probably good for you.
I'm not familiar. I'm too washed to vape. That's where I am on the sliding scale of. You want to vape? No, too washed to vape. I don't know about the capri pants. I know that's it for Pooptown.
What?
Who else do you think should be in there? Giants? Dude, Scattaboo and Dart. They got the vibes going.
They're out.
Saints compete. Outside of the Saints the Saints went to Seattle and got trucked. And that's the game you watched, and you think they stink. I watch them compete. They try. They're within a score mostly. Carolina, when I watched you play against the Patriots, I thought you were awful. There was a game prior to Atlanta. I was pretty sure you were, but then you beat Atlanta and you shut them out, and then you beat Dallas. You're 3-3. Who am I to call? I can't put them in good conscience in Pooptown. Dowdle, buckle up, dude.
The Ravens aren't in Pooptown?
I told you they're fine. They're going to the playoffs. They're fine.
Pooptown's flawed.
Open up your own.
Completely biased.
Open up your own.
Biased Pooptown.
All right, well, you can open up Doo-Doo Village next to Pooptown, and you can be the mayor of Doo-Doo Village, and you can put the teams that you think should be in there. You want to put Baltimore in there? I get that they've given up more points per game than anyone else. I understand.
They're awful.
I have certain blind spots that I will admit to. The funny thing is I'm a Washington fan, and I'll be more critical of them than I am of Baltimore. I have a harder time being critical of Baltimore. They got to come out of the bye, though, buttoned up and buzzing, or I'll put them in there. I won't want to do it, but I will. But I've only got 5 in there right now.
Wow.
Slim pickings in Pooptown. But seriously, the Raiders, I guess they beat a terrible team. All right, here's Raiders are in the lobby.
Pooptown.
The cleaning crew is
They're just waiting for their room.
That's it. The cleaning crew we're tidying up the room, but only so much. I mean, this is Pooptown. It's not like we're not picking up all the pizza boxes and making the bed. But they beat Tennessee, and it was 20-10, and boy, that game was buns. Whew. Just kept waiting for neither offensive line could block. Did they practice? I mean, Simmons afterwards said, well, we had the worst week of practice we've had. I'm thinking, God, that must have been a mess. I just get offended when the games are terrible. And you come off the highs of these Saturday games.
You must be offended a lot.
I am. This week, though, I'm excited. Still looking for an answer from Legs on where his concern meter is on Washington. This week, Detroit hosting 5-1 Tampa Bay, the NFC best record.
We
got to
wait till Monday to see that game.
We do, but that's okay because in the middle, Colts Chargers, good game. Battle of first place teams, Steve.
Should be an elite uniform game, but it won't be. Somebody will wear something stupid.
The Chargers will do the right thing. Colts just always have a perfect uniform no matter what. What do they do wrong? They're white on white with a blue horseshoe.
I just want to see it.
You will.
The sun's going to be shining.
God, you're hard to please.
So fine during the day.
Minnesota, Philadelphia. Steve convinced Minnesota hasn't played in a month because he can't get up early and watch games.
They said McCarthy was out like a week. It's been a month.
Practicing.
Did some of that deer antler spray in Europe? He was there for 3 weeks. Everyone goes there to get right. He can't be right. They've been over there forever. Did he even go over to Europe?
Stem cells, things of that nature. I'm trying to give you good games, and you keep talking about nonsense. Washington, Dallas, Rams, Jags.
Washington, Dallas.
Greatest rivalry in the sport. Minnesota, Philadelphia.
Completely biased.
Colts, Chargers. Falcons, Niners.
Ugh.
What?
The Niners are the worst watch in the league.
Why? Because they're tough and they fight. Mac Jones, a lot of little dump offs.
Oh.
A lot of check downs. I don't understand why you don't just say, like, you're going to need to throw it over the top to Kendrick Bourne. You're going to need to show me you can do that. I picked him up in a league.
Here you go. How's that going?
1-5. Team name, Pooptown. Trademark. I think we got good games here, and Steve's poo-pooing the games. Oh, all right.
All right. What's my game at 1:00? Vikings.
You gotta have a tough choice. You might want to watch
Dolphins, Browns.
Oh,
holy shit.
Saints, Bears, Patriots, Titans, Raiders, Chiefs. Okay, Eagles, Vikings. There you go.
Panthers, Jets.
Not great. Eagles, Vikings. Right there on the one set.
Wency.
What are we doing at 1:00?
Every week, man. I watch it. I just laugh.
Well, that's not the standalone spot. Like, they create these lanes for whether it's Fox or CBS. Then obviously NBC has its own. We have our own. And so the 1:00 just becomes
The Chiefs are playing at 1:00.
the place where Panthers, Jets can be found.
That's Romo and Nancer?
I don't know, Steve. I don't know.
Panthers at Jets. Oh,
Jets are going to
buddy.
win. I'll have the Jets for my lungs.
Oh, teaser.
I didn't have the guts to do it.
Come on, give them a three-team 1:00 teaser.
I
That's what
decided
we
that
gotta do.
I decided that putting the Jets and the Titans in teasers, just on general principle, was I might as well truly just set stacks of money on fire.
Dude, Raiders 3 teams. You're getting 21.5.
Oh, I had them a couple weeks ago. They got beat 40-6. I was the end of that. There'll be no more of that.
Wow.
Atlanta's home uniform last night versus Bills uniform. That's an old-timer game. Kyle Brandt, when he came on SportsCenter a couple of weeks ago, he nailed it. Just the idea of nostalgia, the sweet hit of dopamine of nostalgia. I enjoyed that uniform game because it reminded me of the old school Falcons. But if you're Atlanta, don't you just wear that uniform? That clean red hat?
Yeah, I wish they would wear the road one with a red helmet, the white shirt, and the gray pants. Billy White shoes.
Steve Bartkowski,
Come on.
spectacular.
Talk to me.
We totally agree. If I could fix the NFL with one specific lane, and if I was the prime minister of jerseys, I would do that. Atlanta, here's your road kit.
Yeah,
white, red hat, gray trouser.
Found a throwback that's not good.
Okay, I want to hear it because I'm of the belief
the
that
Jets.
Well, they're
The Freeman McNeil Jets are terrible. The Joe Namath Jets.
correct.
On
Mint.
point. Yeah.
Mint. There you go. That's all you got to do.
Brought them back a little bit. Vinny and Parcells. Got beat by Elway. Version of it.
Houston Texans buy the name Oilers from the Tennessee Titans because why do you need it? You don't. Texans go to the Oilers or wear the Oiler uniform every week. Tampa Bay just goes to the orange, creamsicle. Seattle wears that gorgeous uniform they wore last week. Philadelphia would wear exclusively the Kelly Green jerseys of Ron Jaworski.
Who do you think of when you see the Seahawks?
Jim Zorn and Steve Largent.
Good one.
Who else is there?
Largent was the man.
Zorn spinning that lefty across the middle to Largent. He was
coached the Redskins to the playoffs.
I don't remember. Dark window. He might. Is old Zorny? I don't remember.
Listen, he went through a bunch of quarterbacks.
Yeah. I mean, there was a list of like the Bears versus Washington. This is the first time they've met in like the last 30 years where the quarterbacks are the same each year. Amazing how much turnover they've been. And that's how you end up being not great for 30 years apiece. Yeah, Zorn.
Playing a last place schedule.
I think he won a lot. 8-8. Then 4-12. To quote a former Washington coach, not very good. Can we pivot to college game?
Yeah. What do you got?
Well,
what a slate coming up. You want games? We got games.
Yes, we do.
Friday night, watch out.
That's the which game is that?
Louisville at Miami.
That's right.
Careful.
Louisville on the card, undoubtedly.
Oh, Friday night game.
Undoubtedly. I don't care. I'm not scared like you.
Brat Corn going in Minnesota. Watch out.
Row the boat. Sky you, Mom. Our show continues to be Grim Reaper. If we talk about you on Saturday night, you are out of work on Sunday. The conversation we had Saturday about James Franklin and then Sunday morning was a wow to me. I understand after I heard Pat Kraft, their athletic director, speak, just reached the point where he felt it had to happen. And I'm not interested in the Penn State view from the outside that they're crazy to get rid of a guy that's done well. And they don't need to justify how they feel like they want to do this. It's their program. They don't have to explain to the outside world why they feel that they should aspire to be a team that takes the last big step. It's the hardest step to make. You felt like you wanted to do it. I said, you're going to look under the couch cushion and find $50 million. Whoever they got that had the dough had the dough. That conversation isn't as interesting to me. I just think about this as someone that knows James, or maybe I should say better, I knew him. Because when James was here at Maryland as a young, hot, up-and-coming, big-time recruiter, offensive coordinator, coach in waiting, then a new AD came in, and then that blew up and he left. But Maryland fans rooted for him when he went to Vandy. It's like awesome to see him. Vandy wasn't favored against LSU as they are this week when he went there. And you rooted for the guy. Then he gets to Penn State, and then you don't root for the guy anymore. Because now it's like it's like an ex that you wish the best, and then they marry someone that you don't like. And then you can't.
And you got to see him every holiday.
And you got to sit there and look at him and think, am I happy that you're happy? I'm sure not. No, I'm not. You don't wish this, though, on him. And that's the difference.
Oh.
I have a connection that goes way back. And this is just a reminder that there are human beings on the other side of this. His little girls were little girls when they went there. Now they're grown up people. And this is where the Penn State fans say, boo-hoo, he's paid $50 million. That's not the point. Yes, he gets his money. But we're all creatures of habit. Steve and I come in Tuesday, recap stuff, have some yucks. Then we get ready to do whatever. I got to do a show on Thursday. Steve's going to get on a plane. They're going to go to Georgia for game day. And then we do it again. Well, for a dozen years, he's gone into the Lash building in State College, and he's gotten ready for the game. And he sent out his tweet about Northwestern, and 1-0 together, and this and that. Then you wake up this Tuesday and you're not getting ready for Iowa because the wheels have come off the routine of what you've done. And you could make this point better than me. But the idea that the fans that are pissed off giving him the bird, you think you want it more than that guy? You think you've invested more than that guy? You haven't. You haven't. It's been the man's life and the life of the young men that are out there doing it. And as a guy that did it, I'm just interested in this your perspective of just the human element that gets lost. We understand what fandom is. We understand the passion that place has. But I just thought Sunday morning, yesterday, now I think of the guy I know, and I feel for the emotion and what he has to process, even though his bank account has a bunch of money and you're going to say, I take that money. You don't know anything about that part of it because you're never gonna live it. We lose the idea that there's a human in the middle, don't we?
Absolutely. The sad thing is watching him walk off the field.
He knew.
You could tell. He had a feeling, let's just say. And sees his daughter at the beginning of the tunnel. He knows what's in that tunnel. I've seen what's in that tunnel. Penn State fans, you know what's in that tunnel. That represents your school.
That hostility.
That is there multiple times. That's your school. Those are a mixture of people that represent your school. And to see that is just absolutely brutal. He knew exactly what was happening on that walk. You saw him pause, let it go. He was going to do it by himself. And you hear what is being said. and two, but that's what you saw, that's what you hear, and that's what represents you. And that's what sucks about it. I mean, being there 2 weeks, I mean, what was it, 15 days
It's
before
essentially
the end of the Northwestern game.
Yep.
So it was 3 games. And they were on the cusp of possibly being the number 1 ranked team if they won that game, up 7 in overtime.
incredible.
And then you have the numbers of, I said before last week, people were already, what's going to happen, and no one was predicting they were going to lose to Northwestern. I said, he, at least in this 12 years, has earned the right to try and get it right with games at Columbus and Indiana coming in. And then Saturday happens, and then Aller gets hurt, and he gives the news that he's going to be out. I get I'm not as surprised as I'm more surprised at how many people are surprised.
Yeah.
Because you felt it when you talked to people there. It was split since he got that big contract, and I think the social media stuff got old, and they wanted results, and they have everything. I've said it. They have no problem telling you how much they spend, and they're in the process overdoing the stadium. They got the NIL figured out. They follow the Michigan-Ohio State. We're going to keep our good guys. We're going to match compensation for other schools trying to come get our guys, and we're going to bring guys in, and we're locked and loaded for a championship this year. That was the expectation.
Yep.
And they're 0-3
in the league.
in the Big Ten.
Correct.
So to make this change now, I get it. It's a highly thought of place. There's plenty of people that will come after that job. I don't see how somebody wins as many games as he does if you're going to give him 12 years. That's what's crazy.
2 things can be true simultaneously. That there's no denying, and most reasonable Penn State people don't object to or try to counter this. He took you from out of post-Paterno and all of that was to being nationally relevant, being 1 drive against Notre Dame away from playing for the national title. That's what he did. He also failed in big spots against the biggest teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's also true. And I think I told you the story. I was down in Florida and I saw a Penn State guy and started talking. And we were asking, and I asked him about it's always the Sean Clifford thing. And I was like, hey, he's pretty good. Like, he can't beat good teams. And I said, well, look at his record. Like, look what you've done. He's like, well, we play for championships at Penn State. And I looked at him and I said, do you? And I said, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I said, look, I go to Maryland. You've got the ultimate hammer over us. I'm just asking you, how old a guy are you? He's in his 20s? I said, you haven't played for a championship in your life. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? You have this aspiration to be that, and you have the wherewithal, the commitment financially to want to live in that space, but you haven't. So to tell me that that's who you are, no, you think that's what you are, but you haven't been that. James got him close. Now, you could look at Bama and say they went and got Saban. I made fun of them all on the tarmac going, look at these hillbillies. Are y'all crazy? And as it turns out, they failed Nick Saban because they didn't greet him properly. They should have greeted him with the entire town to carry him through the streets because of what he did. Kirby Smart's done the same thing, right? Maybe James was the Coach Richt at Georgia situation, close but not quite. And if they can find their Kirby Smart, fine. But those are 2 examples of teams that wanted to be more than they were and then got there. There are far more that have spent their time in that Tennessee space. Close. You've done it in the past. Not quite. Miami lately, right? Florida State got there. But it's really hard to find that guy that's the get you over the hump guy because that getting over the hump's the hardest part. Mm-hmm. I don't blame him for trying. I just think that the notion that you can because you want to, that's just not how it works because there's far more teams that wanted to that still haven't found that magic person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why I agree. I understand both sides.
Exactly.
Like if I'm the AD, I got you the best defensive coordinator in the sport, made him the highest paid. Kotelnicki was the guy, the offensive. We matched every NIL player. We kept the players you wanted to play and brought players in. We have a new stadium expansion going up. And you're 0-3 in the Big Ten. So I get it now. The issue I have is everybody has their wish list, in this day and age now with the playoff and how long it goes, I don't know how you're getting a coach that goes to the playoff.
You can't, because there's no way you can live in the midst of it and answer the questions about it. That I can speak on as a guy who last year, when my basketball team that I root for was in the middle of a run and our coach had to deal with those questions, it doesn't go well. It's not an easy conversation for your coach to have in advance of, say, playing a quarterfinal playoff game and everyone thinks you're going to leave to go to Penn State. You're not going to be able to answer those questions satisfactorily, or you just have to sit there and lie. You're right. You'd have to go find somebody that's not in that space, and you probably want someone that's in that space.
Correct. And then I narrow it down even more. You have to have somebody that's been a head coach.
Penn State?
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
So that's
someone who's done it. I mean, Penn State's not going on. This is not a training wheels gig.
No.
You need someone that's demonstrated that they could do it.
So that narrows it down even more.
I agree. That's why we both agree that I understand the Penn State move. I think of the guy that I know, and I have empathy for him as a human, and having to walk into the face of that fury. Mad people, they're going to say he's getting his money. You're right, but he's a human. His daughters are there. I think of my kids are emotional as hell. I'm trying to think if I walked off after a show and my kids were with me in Jacksonville, and we got to walk off that set and walk through a tunnel, and there's people waiting there to scream, "You suck! Fuck you!" My kids would dissolve. And me saying to them, "Hey, it's all right, Dad got a bunch of money." That doesn't mask the fact that there's humans involved in this. But with Aller hurt and with games they're going to continue losing, it was going to mushroom cloud. So they had to do what they're doing. And they said yesterday that the young men that are here deserve your support. They're right. And I think the Penn State family will wrap their arms around these guys because there's a good team there. I don't know what their backup quarterback situation is now, but you should support them. And they will. That's what that fan base has always done. It's just amazing to say what we said on Saturday night. 3 weeks ago, you were there.
Oh.
And Nick Saban's sitting there in a Nittany Lion outfit with James. And we showed that picture on Sunday. I said, this is 3 weeks ago. All the hope of everything was there. And 3 weeks later, he's not the head coach at Penn State. It's an astounding turn of events. And I get it. I just like to try to remind people that there's a bit of humanity, a bit of empathy isn't the worst thing to have. There are other fan bases out there. I know Wisconsin fans just can't fathom that this is their life right now.
Yeah.
I can't either. I was one, like many, that thought Fickell going there. It just seems like it's a marriage that makes sense. It's a guy that did well at Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. Wisconsin's one of those programs that just always felt like, kind of like Penn State. Close, competitive, could get to the Big Ten championship game. But there was a standard there that they were always like 8, 9, under Bielema, like 10-win team, Rose Bowl team. That's who they were.
Big, what was that, leaders and legends?
Yeah, they were Big Ten West. That was not the rugged side of the street in the neighborhood. But they were good. And at the moment, they're just lost. I mean, 37-0 at home from Iowa. I couldn't believe that. I don't know. They host Ohio State this week, who could come in and beat them by more than that. And then what happens? I don't know. I hesitate to mention Fickell on Saturday night because it's Sunday morning. If it goes,
I thought it was going to happen
after this one.
After last week.
Now you got to play. Now you got to play Ohio State, and then you go to
Eugene.
Those are the next 2 weeks for them. Let's change the mood with some games that are exciting, shall we? Tennessee, Bama. USC, Notre Dame.
Monster.
You and I both made it very clear how impressed we were with USC Saturday night. They put it on Michigan. That number is big.
Yeah.
That really blew my mind.
8.5.
Have y'all seen USC? I know that you all in Vegas that set the lines are in the business of that. That's one where I'm thinking, am I going to have to lay that number? I'm not doing it just because I think USC is too good. But that tells you what Vegas believes about Notre Dame. That line is mind-boggling to me. USC is 5-1 and are a late field goal
a second win.
Illinois away from being unbeaten.
I got to see it with Notre Dame still. I know everyone just says they lost by 3 to A&M, who's undefeated. They lost by 3 to Miami, who's undefeated, and they're top 5 teams. I got to see some wins, and this is the only chance you have of getting a marquee win with your schedule because you won't join a conference. So let's see it.
Have to have this game. Have to.
And they're going to get propped up way more than, say, Illinois did when they beat USC.
Notre Dame is a magnifying glass.
It's unreal.
Whatever they do is going to get more juice than anyone else would. I think a sneaky, scary one is Auburn, Missouri.
Oof.
I don't know where Auburn's mind is after what happened to him the other night. Careful. You said careful. A&M, Arkansas.
Oh, watch out. Back in Fayetteville.
Careful.
That's in Fayetteville. Careful.
Ole Miss, Georgia. Who's Ole Miss played on the road this year? At Kentucky.
Yep.
Late field goal. Significant to some. They sleptwalked through a Washington State game. They won. That's all that mattered. Their next 2 on the road, Georgia.
Norman.
And then Oklahoma. Saw this statistic thrown around and you made this point on the flight with me yesterday, just how top-heavy the Big Ten is. It's crazy. Ohio State and Oregon and Indiana, I don't know how many ranked teams they even have left on their schedule.
Who, Ohio State?
And Indiana and Oregon. They don't have many.
Washington should be ranked. Oregon gets them. Indiana, nothing. So the numbers, the analytics say 90% chance the SEC gets 4 teams in right now.
Okay.
42% chance the Big Ten gets 4 teams in
40?
right now. 42%. 10, and then the group of 5, there was 3 teams with 10% chance in Navy, Memphis, USF, I believe, all the undefeated teams. Or no, USF has a loss. So the Big Ten, with Penn State declining, Michigan taking a seat back. Michigan still has a couple opportunities. They're both unranked. That's a good football game with Washington and Michigan. We're going to find out a lot there. So yeah, that Big Ten thing seems pretty top heavy right now. But I like if you got to pick a team from the SEC to win the national title right now, I don't know if Alabama.
I suppose.
I guess. Ole Miss, I mean, has a 0 still. They could go to A&M. Or
Right,
A&M doesn't play home till November 15th now. They got 3 road games and a bye.
Wow.
So
who's Ole Miss's good win right now?
LSU.
Yeah, that's the team that's an underdog at Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt's a good football team.
I understand. It's just we have no context for this historically. You hit me with those numbers yesterday. They've never been favored against a ranked SEC team in history.
Nope. LSU, they were I just saw it, 1948, I think.
Back when dudes played with it.
I think it was a big handle on that game.
I'm really not certain. I'm pretty sure a dude ran around with a leather hat on, hitched up his britches that were made out of a burlap bag, and they ran around in dirt. I'm sure that's how people talk about the 80s, so I shouldn't say that. I'm sure they were playing
big
actual
shoulder
football.
pads.
There you go.
No, big spot for Ole Miss, though. They gave it to Georgia last year in Oxford. Now they go there. It was there 2 years ago, and Georgia gave it to them. Now, Georgia had a lot of pros on the lines of scrimmage. They don't have those, but we said it Saturday night. The ability for Georgia to adapt over the course of a game and slowly but surely take away things defensively, change the front in the second half, and do things like that, only a Kirby Smart coach team does. I can't wait to get there. If you haven't been to Athens, it's as good it's a pain in the neck to get to.
It's worth it once you do.
Oh man, it's good.
It's worth it once you do. I got another team that is on number 1 on my be careful spot. Number 1.
So the other team's in winners.
Oklahoma has to go to Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
That Columbia team, South Carolina, is that a day or a night game? Oh, it's day.
Yeah, 12:45.
That reduces the caution meter slightly. Because you get that late and you get they ain't pom-poms, they're shakers. I don't even know if they got shakers. Those dudes just get their towels off, like take their shirts off, like those Oklahoma State guys.
Oh, when are they home?
I don't know.
I want to see that.
Whoever you all were, I tip my cap.
No, I agree with you. It sounds like
that's a scary spot, and Oklahoma is all reeling and pissed because they lost to Texas because you guys are filled with rage and hatred for that game. Now you go to South Carolina and you face a team that is desperate for a win. It's a big-time careful spot.
they embarrassed Oklahoma last year in Norman, and sounds like there's some injuries on the offensive line. And what Dylan Stewart did to LSU, oh, buddy. Oof. He's a wrecking ball. There's a couple plays on the goal line in that last brutal possession where they got a field goal to cover. He absolutely annihilated a pulling tight end. I felt it in my chest. It was bad, dude.
Scary spot. Georgia Tech better watch out this week, too. Underdogs at
Brotherhood.
and Durham.
Coach K, pregame speech.
Draw the line. I don't know. Could be.
We're all over it.
It's a different coach. They're favored. Duke's favored.
Yeah, so's Vandy. Come on.
Duke and Vanderbilt are favored at home against ranked teams. That's astounding.
Top 12 teams.
Different world. Whole new world.
That was a song. Remember that song?
I think so. I don't know what else I have on here. What do you have?
Having a couple days to think on it, going back and watching it, like Oregon's got to go to Washington, to Iowa, host USC. Do you think that much different of them?
Because they got beat at home and now the Penn State
They
win.
got handled.
And the win at Penn State's framed a little differently? I suppose, yes. I didn't think that they were some vintage Oregon wrecking ball team anyway.
Okay.
I thought they were good, but no, I didn't think.
At Rutgers this week.
Rutgers trying to shake off the trip all the way to Seattle.
Mm.
Steve showed me Stanford's travel. They play East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast.
Buddy.
That's what the money's for, to quote Mad Men. You knew what you were getting when you signed up.
I don't even think we're getting it.
I have a little inside note on the bad beat we did. Aiden McCown is Josh's son. I heard from Josh this morning.
Lamar? I thought so. I didn't want to say it during the highlight.
I heard from Josh this morning.
You did?
Yep.
Speaking of the Vikings.
Yeah, that's correct.
He's been on vacation for a month. He probably was at the game.
I love this bit. This is a good bit. It's a good bit. Minnesota hasn't played for a month. But I just thought that was funny that we were in hysterics over the football game played there next to the gas station, East Texas A&M, and on your buddy Mo that had him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mo.
He's all right.
I'm sure he's
plenty
fine.
of people have checked in, but he also said the funniest thing was everybody knew it was him because only he would have that game.
Well, he had the right side.
Until
he didn't. That's how bad beats come to be.
Man.
How we have a segment. It was Athens this week for game day.
Yep.
I thought I had something important, but I can't remember what it was.
I wanted to mention the Shout remix at Oregon. I totally forgot about it Saturday night. But they did this new video for the start of the fourth quarter where they reenact the scene from Animal House. And boy, let me tell you, they did it right. They have Oregon legends in togas, in costume, character, the whole thing. You could tell a couple guys were CGI or AI. I don't even know what ChatGPT. I don't know. But like Joey Harrington's in it with some shades. Our guy Neil Everett dominates. LaMichael James is in it. Marcus Mariota's in it. It's fantastic. Again, you go out there and you see things that you haven't seen because they're that advanced and that good at things. And it was really, really cool to see. And they did an incredible job, obviously.
My brother Neil told me about that back in the day when they shot it. And he just said it was the most incredible thing.
It's unreal. I don't know if you can find it on the interwebs.
Imagine if you just put Shout, Oregon, Neil Everett, put it in there. said it was quite a
Oh,
time.
that's awesome.
Quite a time. It looks like we're looking for it right now.
How much longer is flag season?
Well, one league ends and another one begins.
What do we got? Year? What are we going for the Olympics?
Dude, it's an Olympic sport.
I know that.
I don't know. One league ends and then the next one starts pretty much right after that next weekend.
Man.
So
No bye weeks.
no, there'll be none of that. There'll be no bye weeks of any kind, and we just move from one league to the other. Shout to Flagstar.
There we go.
Shout to Kidball. Very well run leagues. They do a great job. I forgot what I'm doing. Let's just say that I don't get to eat today. I'll have some prep to do later.
Did you get a big breakfast in?
No,
Why? Sleeping?
because I'm supposed to fast all day,
Yeah. You're going in.
so to speak. Get older, just got to check stuff out. I'm just not in a great frame of mind. Not the usual end of game hijinks, just trying to mentally prepare.
I'll just suggest just pour it all in the 232s of Gatorade. At least it tastes good. And that's all you get.
Yeah. Important things to check out. So
You're going to be a basket of life to be around today.
it's kind of what I'm thinking. I feel like my mood here has been impacted. I'm normally a lot more loosey goosey, but I'm just mentally trying to prepare for what's coming, which is no food, and then the morning.
Leave it in.
I don't know what that means. That sounds awful. No.
That's what they're going to do.
Oh, buddy. No. You know what? I'm going to just enjoy those 2 seconds of bliss on the way to La La Land.
There you go. It's great.
Yeah.
You
can what?
You could lay there a lot longer, and they got it down now. You wake up, they must just stop it. You wake up. Oh yeah, get dressed, Joe. You're good.
Speaking of Neil Everett, when I did this once before I was married, he was my ride. Brother Neil came and picked me up, left his log cabin in the woods, came and picked me up and drove me home. I just remember being hallucinating.
The box.
At the red box.
I have a question.
Okay.
You're wearing dungarees.
Jeans, I am.
Yeah. New?
No?
I haven't seen you wear jeans in forever.
I'll tell you why I wore them. Because they were laying on the like in the closet. There's like a tape, like a, what do you call it? Like an island
in your closet, former bedroom.
No, it's just a
kitchen.
It's a little space created. I got a lot of suits and stuff. So
okay. On the island,
they were laying there,
pressed.
And they're just sort of laying there. I told you about this last year. I do that old man thing where I just wear the same shit over and over.
Yeah.
And I guess I wore these somewhere. Maybe I wore these out to dinner or something, and I hadn't hung them back up.
Huh.
And I just put them on because I thought it's not warm outside anymore.
No.
So I just put on some jeans. I was gonna wear some track pants kind of things. They might have actually been sort of semi-capri pant-ish.
Okay.
They're more joggers, I think.
I can't even think of the last time I wore jeans.
You know, I've never seen you wear jeans in my entire life. Do you own them?
I don't know where they are.
Who doesn't have jeans?
I don't wear jeans. Who wears jeans anymore?
It's a
got jean shorts?
Come on, dude. It's not. I don't.
I mean,
you got any white pants? You got any white shorts? I
do have white shorts.
What about white pants? In case you like
no, that's too risky.
White, like a summertime, like linen shirt, white trouser look.
Look at me. You think I'm putting on a linen shirt,
I don't.
white pants?
I don't, but I was imagining it. I was imagining how you'd pull it off. You just get yourself a summer cocktail, that shirt unbuttoned, middle
stains.
That's true. That's true. But you don't eat like me. I'm the one that eats like a jackal. It'd be harder.
Not today.
Fuck you. Not right.
Want to go to
What?
Lunch? We can't go.
Oh, you got a big group?
No. It's 2:30.
Oh, it is late. Speaking of which, I got to go pick up
I'm
a
going to go
youngster.
get something to eat, I think.
This is the kind of fellowship I'm putting up with here. So, all right.
Just go down in the basement, play a season of football.
And that'll
It's
just
the only thing that, and like playoff, we got playoff baseball tonight. And we got college football tonight. Hilltoppers.
all right. I like the other side.
Occupy yourself.
In between trips to the
Be
loo.
close to the
loo. Where's Dad? I think he's in the loo. All right. I'm spiraling now. Mentally spiraling.
Stay strong, buddy.
I'll be fine. Yeah, it's fine.
The countdown clock's already started.
It's fine. We'll see you guys Saturday when hopefully we're in a better humor.
I'm done.
I can see there was something else there.
There's a
But you know
release
what?
comment, and we're good.
Thanks, everybody.